Hello, viewers. Welcome to Inside Investment Program presented to you by Gatwich Wal. Our topic of discussion is projecting the future to invest in South Sudan inspired from existing investments. In today's Inside Investment Program, we will have look to electricity power investment company operating in South Sudan. And later in the discussion, I will be joined by General Manager of Ezra Construction and Development Group, Maran Teki Ezra, and the Country Director of TAM International Group, Tamer Asen, to share their thought and experience on investment exploration in South Sudan, as well as elaborating some of the challenges facing the investors in the country. But first, on Ezra Power Plant report.
In 2017, South Sudan Electricity Corporation, in partnership with Ezra Construction and Development Group Ltd, installed 100 megabyte power plant that cost nearly $300 million. In the late 2019, President Salva Kiir inaugurated phase 1 of 33 megawatt in Juba for completions of the entire project in 2021. A move that President described as the beginning of a new dawn for the range of economically development in the country. The light up of electricity in the city has been celebrated news from the resident. The general manager of Ezra Group, Meron Takia Ezra, said the company had registered over 16,000 active customers and undergoing installation of the electricity pole across the resident areas and main street.
The energy sector is something that we've been trying to get into since 2013, but in 2017 we were awarded a contract by the government of South Sudan to invest in a 100 megawatts power plant. In the course of 2 years, we've constructed a facility of 33 megawatts, and we're still continuing with the remaining megawatts to complete the contract. However, currently we're supplying power to the city of Juba, and as I speak to you, we have about 16,000 customers connected to power in Juba. As we've seen in the control room, currently we have a load of 8.5 megawatts consumption today. It varies every day, but so the power plant has been erected. The distribution is another part which we're trying to work on to get to as many people as possible in Juba. But so far we have 16,000 customers and still growing. And in addition to that, Ezra has taken the initiative to invest in a 300,000 mini refinery unit. It is, as I speak to you, we're currently setting up the workshop to erect and install this mini refinery in the same yard as the power plant, as well as a workshop for construction a barge, a 2,000 metric ton barge for transporting crude oil from other parts of the country, such as Bentiu or Upper Nile State, which are oil producing states, to Juba, so that we can refine and use locally supplied fuel to cut costs. Therefore, we are not stopping at the power plant, or this is not the final phase of the power plant. We're still growing within the power sector, that is within the generation, to complete the 100 megawatts, and in the distribution to get to as many people as possible in Juba, to connect as many people as possible in Juba to the power. And beyond that, we are exploring, as I mentioned we're exploring options on how to localize most of the contents of our investment. We are planning to localize, as I said, we're locally manufacturing a barge, a 2,000 metric tons capacity barge, and 300,000 barrels per day capacity of a refinery. So that explains to you how Ezra is trying to localize most of the contents of its investments in South Sudan.
Assure that the power plant station is inspected by the expert engineer at the site to ensure the constant flow of electricity. The Ezra Power Plant Station Manager Mahob Akhtar assured reliability of the power plant, saying the equipment has been minimized, guarantee, and a good quality.
We have a total capacity of this plant this time is a 33 megawatt. So we are generating here electricity with a HFO. This time Juba Power, the name of their power plant is Juba Power, and this time the current load is a 8.4 megawatt. 8.4 megawatt mean this time we is generating a 8400 kilowatt hour per hour and supplying directly to a Juba Power. Actually, directly to Juba city. We have a 2 transmission line. One is standby and one is live this time. And the electricity go from here to a Juba substation in a city. Then their Juba substation have a distribution lines within the cities, and he controlling the other company is Jetco. But this power plant, we have actually 4 engines, 4 DG sets from Wärtsilä company. Our 3 generator have a capacity of 7.2 megawatt each, and one is we have a 8.9 megawatt. So also we have a 2 Daihatsu engine is here, 1.2 megawatt, 1.2 megawatt. So total capacity is 33 megawatt. So we have a total capacity of this plant this time is a 33 megawatt. So we are generating here electricity with a HFO. This time Juba Power, the name of their power plant is Juba Power, and this time the current load is a 8.4 megawatt. 8.4 megawatt mean this time we is generating a 8400 kilowatt hour per hour and supplying directly to a Juba Power. Actually, directly to Juba city. We have a 2 transmission line. One is standby and one is live this time. And the electricity go from here to a Juba substation in a city. Then their Juba substation have a distribution lines within the cities, and he controlling the other company is Jetco. But this power plant, we have actually 4 engines, 4 DG sets from Wärtsilä company. Our 3 generator have a capacity of 7.2 megawatt each, and one is we have a 8.9 megawatt. So also we have a 2 Daihatsu engine is here, 1.2 megawatt, 1.2 megawatt. So total capacity is 33 megawatt.
And mainly here, as you can see before, as you might have seen before, the computers. You have seen the engineers who have said there, the monitors, the parameters in the system in case of any problem in the engine hall. You will never know it in the engine hall, but you definitely will give signal here and you will know the problem in the engine hall. Also in the control rooms, we have so many things. As you can see behind me and at my left hand side, we have panels there. We have panel, each panel has its control system, and each panel is for one engine, engine 1, engine 2, engine 3. These panels, as you can see behind me, we have auxiliaries panel. They are for the power substations here, where we use the power in accommodation and entire power plants. It has its own panel system where you can control it. You can also see here we have line 1. Line 1, it means that it is the outgoing line 1, which goes from control room, from engine hall to switchgear rooms, and from switchgear room to control room to substation. And then from substation to steel tower, direct to Juba's power plant station, Juba substations. You can also see line 2 in the steel tower there, that tower steel tower, we have 2 lines, line 1 and line 2. And we control them here in case of any load trips from Juba substation. You come and isolate the breaker here. This is where you control it, and that's why we say the control room is a room where we control everything. Here you can see we have PTR01. This is a power transformer. In the substation we have 4 power transformer. Transformer 1, power transformer 1, power transformer 2, and power transformer 3. This panel It is AC auxiliary services panel system that we use for the batteries, that we use for DC current. I mean, DC current is a direct current. We normally use DC for batteries in the panel system.
The manager of Talata Services Center, Josephine KG, say most of the big institutions and the companies had already subscribed to the services, for instance, MTN Telecommunication Company, Quality Hotel, and the University of Juba, to mention few.
And then also we have a complaints, those which the meters are not working, and those also which they have if there is rain, the tree falls down, they come here also to give their complaints, and then we solve them. And also we have the registration. They come here for the first time if they want to register. They come for registration, and then we check, because we have our token. The token which it doesn't show that one of our technicians did not sign. We have to send the customer with the technician to his place to check whether the connection is good or not. The connection is not good. Then the technician has to approve. Then after that he will come with his document, which is like ID or the nationality ID or the passport. Then after that we will just tell the customer, if there is no too much customer, we will tell him, like if it is in the morning, we'll tell the customer to come at 3. But if we have a lot of customers, we normally tell the customer to come the second day, or accordingly. Like if it's at 11 the second day, or at 3 the second day, we check if we have a lot. But if it is few, we tell them to come at 11 to receive their documents. After that, they have to buy. I have this, like this one, like this document. This is what they normally, after everything, they normally do these things. It's like contract form. After the contract form, they will go and buy. We have like as you can see, 4 tellers. Yeah, we have 4 tellers. 3 are working for KE, and the one is for Conlock. Because Conlock customers are not too many, we have only 2,569 customers which are activated out of 8,846. This is for Conlock. And for KE, we have 3, because the customers is a lot. We have like 14,000 customers which are connected, but 13,500 customers which are active. They normally come too much. That's why we put 3 tellers. Yeah. We have like World Relief. We have other organization, but they normally pay in the bank. Yeah. We have like MTN also. They pay in the bank, and then they bring for us the receipt. Yeah. So after that we can proceed. But before that they have to go, and then we have to receive a notification from them, from the bank. Then we will sell for them. The big hotels, they are using our power, like Grand Hotel, they are using it, like Jenny's Hotel, like I think Farm Africa, they are using also, like Regents, they are using it. It's depend on customer, because we don't. If the customer come, even if he come from Gudele, he wanted to come and buy here, he can buy. Yes. Yeah, he can buy. Even if a one going from here to Gudele, he can buy anywhere. He can. Ours is just, we want to provide the customer a customer service to make life easy for our customers, so that anywhere they go, they can buy. Like we have in Miratalata, this one, and we have in Gudele, and we have in head office, which is in Mauna. But I think for Muniki is going to open soon, and then the other places also.
Tomping resident Samuel Kochok appreciates the Ezra Group and the government of South Sudan for supplying the city with electricity, adding that the presence of electricity in the town are amazing. A leisure to stay at home watching TV.
When the power was not around, when there was no power, that we see a lot of difficulties. We see a lot of killings at night, criminals moving at night because of the lack of power that we didn't see. Whatever somebody does something that you will not see because of lack of power. But since government has joined hands to bring power into our nations, we have seen a lot of changes. We have seen a lot of development in our country because power is one of the source in the country. If there's no power, we see a lot of difficulties will be in the house. Since we have received the power, particularly I myself, in our home, I was enjoying very well because in cooking, it is easy for us to make it. In ironing, it is easy for us to make it. In lighting, to put the bulbs to see, it is easy for us. But before, it was very difficult for us to see. It is very difficult for us to cook. It is very difficult for us to iron because we are tired of ironing the charcoal iron. But since the powers arrive, it is easy for us to make a quick ironing. So I appreciate a lot for the government of South Sudan for the good work and for the love that they have shown to the citizens of this nation for bringing the power to us. And that's the main things that they did. And we the citizens, we are so happy to see our development, our country is going forward. And this is the first thing that shows that country is moving forward.
Manager of Quality Hotel with the Lesson Takedeni said the access to public electricity at too late is smooth.
More saving of the customers and subsidizing a huge amount of
money compared to expense encounter in maintaining private power.
This power almost we are using like 4 months. For us it's very good because a lot of noise, a lot of manpower, everything. But when we are changing his power, still now I get rest, even in sound, in oil, in diesel. That is a big difference. Even we appreciate for this company. We have to say thank you because very, very are suffering. At midnight, sometimes it's off generator. When is this critical time, hot time, that generator is off. Now we get, now before we are using at generator, almost our costing is going up to monthly from 15 up to $18,000 monthly for diesel. But now up to 14. Like 4,000 is difference. This is without service, without oil, without filter. Now little bit, now when is this diesel is down the oil price, little bit is come, the difference is small. But in price, everything is cannot compare with generator. Yeah, it is good. Even in service, those guys, when you call him anytime, even at night, anytime they come to give service when it happen anything, that's good. Okay. Yes. Before we are using this one 400 kVA, this one 350 kVA. Now we are using this one, automatic changeover. 1100 automatic. Yeah, this one changeover, and this one the counter for the one for the electricity. When automatically off the power city, automatically starting this one the generator. When it comes that electricity automatically change to power city.
Habiba Benjamin, Juba resident site. Now, my home have electricity 24/7 compared when I used to hire from nearby generator that work halfway 24/7.
نيابة أنا بشكر حكومة برضو لموضوع كرهبة ده. زمان كرهبة ده ما فهنا ما مرتاحين قاعدين في دلام وكده، لكن هسه هنا شنو مرتاحين بجد. احنا بنشكر حكومة بحاجة لها عمل لنا، احنا كده مرتاحين بقينا. يعني عايزول قاعد فري، انت ممكن تلف الشوارع نضاف وما في كلام طبعا.
The presence of electricity boosts hope of the inhabitants to silence their private sources of electricity, switch it on the public power. The Ezra power plant is a bigger public electricity project that surfaced in the watch of population in Juba after previously government own electricity. Power supply ceased its operation 7 years ago. The provision of the electricity had been major achievement from the people of South Sudan and the business.
That was a report on the latest progress on Ezra Power Project, and you are still watching Inside Investment Program. Still on Ezra Construction and Development Group, as the oldest company operating in South Sudan since 2003, the 17-year-old company engaged road construction, food supplies, hospitality, and later venture in energy power. Madam Teki, Ezra is General Manager of Ezra Construction and Development Group, is going to join me in the discussion as one of the prominent investors in South Sudan. Madam Teki, welcome to Inside Investment Program.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to discuss about investment in South Sudan. South Sudan as a market is a very potential market. The environment is very conducive for investment. When I say conducive, in terms of security, in terms of the government, in terms of the laws and the authorities accommodating any investor, whether private, whether public, to invest, it is very welcoming. And the market, as I said, the market is huge. For instance, given the power which is in place now, which was the most crucial part of any investment in South Sudan, that has been solved. That puzzle has been solved now. Investors can think about what industry and what sectors they can invest in. So there is a huge potential. The market is there. There is so many untapped markets in South Sudan, be it in the oil fields, be it in the energy sector, be it in the agriculture sector. There is a huge potential in South Sudan. Well, investment helps in prosperity of the country in many ways. We could talk about employment. When you have investment in the country, it creates employment. Employment to the youth, employment to the educated, to the graduates in the country. That means that is for the betterment of the social life. It basically has a positive impact on the development of the nation or the economic growth. When you have an economy that is socially stable, that is economic development and economic growth. Besides that, creating jobs, and then investment brings things to the market that people may need, that people may not access. For instance, if we talk of manufacturing, most of the manufactured, we could talk about cement. We don't have cement manufacturing plants here, rather it is imported. But if you have cement which is being produced here, you're increasing the accessibility of it, and then the usage of the raw materials can bring you income as well. Taxations from the investments. So there are a lot of positive impact from investments, which help the prosperity of the country. Well, as an institution, we don't really look at as individuals separately. We, as an institution, we have a system set up which qualifies any employee, all staff, beginning from myself. There's a set of criteria to assess and evaluate each employee, regardless of what color they are, where they're from, what backgrounds they're from. There's a criteria to assess and evaluate each staff. Once the evaluation is done, then that's the process of employing the person. And in addition to that, is what we have. We respond to each employee or to each staff equally. There is no difference in whatsoever in responding to each staff.
Strictly, I mean, employed?
Yes, as
Involved partners in manufacturing distribution.
correct. Well, basically, you know, as a group, we are operating in many sectors, as I mentioned already. We're in construction. We have one of the biggest construction companies in Upper Nile State, for instance, and we have more than 300 employees in Upper Nile State. More than 300 employees. In addition to that, at this power plant, we have more than 60 people employed at this power.